Welcome, I'm Nina Gryphon, and this is the Astrology and Magic channel. Today we'll talk about the astrology of week 3 of February 2025. First off, thank you to all of my patrons. I appreciate all of your support. If you would like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/Nina Gryphon, and at the highest tier of membership, you can get my monthly Magical Elections ebook, which teaches you how and when to make astrological talismans in accordance with traditional and historical principles. This video covers February 16th through the 22nd. On February 20th, Mercury at 11 Pisces squares Jupiter in Gemini. The planets of knowledge and wisdom are in a square now with mutual reception. The square aspect implies tension, but not necessarily resolution. With the planets in mutual reception, some effort or difficulty is involved in reconciling the principles of Mercury and Jupiter, but a reception ensures they are reaching out to each other in good faith. So as far as squares go, this one is dynamically cooperative and productive. In practice, this means that we can attain meaningful jovial wisdom while practicing and honing our skill and knowledge through some effort. Harmonious Mercury-Jupiter combinations are excellent for study and acquisition of knowledge, but also for material concerns like closing business transactions and deals. These unite the pursuit of wealth, which is jovial, with business acumen and the day-to-day minutiae of deal-making, which is mercurial. February 23rd, Mercury at 17 Pisces will trine Mars retrograde in Cancer. This is an interesting aspect featuring two debilitated planets in a harmonious trine. From a weather standpoint, we can see that this might bring wet and stormy weather, including flooding, thanks to Mars's violent and extreme nature. The fact that Mars is retrograde means he is less linear and less predictable in his effects. So this aspect can intensify mental and emotional activity as well, though because it's happening in water signs, which are traditionally considered mute, we may have difficulty articulating and communicating our thoughts and feelings. Finding nonverbal ways to express ourselves can be critical now, and this could include physical expression such as movement, exercise, and dance. As far as weather is concerned, this aspect can also bring windy weather. Note that we will get a near repeat of this aspect in the second week of April as Mercury retrogrades into late Pisces, but that aspect never quite perfects. Despite this, Mercury and Mars will be traveling in sync in a near trine for quite a while, so we can expect a reprise of their influence in a couple of months' time. You can imagine that what we're seeing now is a preview of coming attractions. This week's most important astrological event occurs February 23rd, as Mars turns direct at 17 Cancer. Now, simultaneously with that Mercury trine, Mars will go direct after about 3 months of being retrograde. Mars will have been stationary since February 21st, so it's really more accurate to describe his direct station as a time period rather than a single instant. In our personal lives, if we've been having trouble getting traction in things like new exercise regimens, disputes, and anything that requires that initial burst of energy, now Mars turning direct can help make that happen. On the other hand, Mars turning direct can also bring simmering conflicts out in full force. So it's not necessarily easier from a social perspective, though often it presents the opportunity to address a long-buried problem that we can begin to address in full light of day. Remember that the lesson of Mars is to teach us courage in the face of terror. In Greek myth, Ares, the god of war, strode onto the battlefield with a fear-inducing scream to create a sense of panic in his opponents. It didn't hurt that he also appeared significantly larger than a human being for that extra intimidation factor. So the key for us now, as Mars turns direct and goes into his full strength, is to avoid losing our composure despite the circumstances. Thanks for watching. I'm Nina Gryphon, and this is the Astrology and Magic channel.